What does a junior UX designer's project look like? Let's find out today during this video, where I'm going to explain my process and my thinking about when creating UX design project. Hello world, I am Ivana, and as you know, I am transitioning from front-end web development to graphic and web design. I just finished my UX design course just finished it a few weeks ago. I really tried to do it well, and so I want to get on today to explain to you what I did, what procedure I followed, what my thought process was, and how you can approach thinking about when designing in the web or just a user app or something like this, right? Let's go to the computer, and I'm going to screen share Figma, and I'm going to tell you all about it. All right, guys, we're at the computer now, and I'm going to be honest, I'm going to use my webcam and stream in OBS because I want to make it easier for me to edit the video later, basically. So I hope this is okay. If it's not, I, of course, receive feedback well, I hope. So write it down in the comments if you don't like it. Thanks. Anyway, I want to present to you my project. It's called Helping Hive. Is like the brand name or like the platform name, sort of like Facebook or LinkedIn. Imagine something like this. So it's like a sort of a social platform where people go to in the web, where people would go to looking for volunteer opportunities or looking for other volunteers. And I did some research on such platforms. I found a lot of them in English. They're not really like the social aspect. They're not really like the social aspect, but like there's a lot of volunteering opportunities and websites where you can find such, which is nice, obviously. I found one in Bulgaria, which is like the closest that I've seen to what my idea was. I think I mentioned in the last video that I created the proto personas that I even showed you. Like one of them is the volunteer enthusiast and the volunteer seeker. Based on the survey that I did and the analysis, I changed them just a little bit. Like the volunteer enthusiast remain almost the same, maybe just the personality changed a little bit. And then the volunteer seeker is a completely new person. Like it's not an organization that is looking for volunteers, but it's like it's like if this volunteer is looking for volunteers, if you know what I mean, right? And then those two personas, I needed to create them separately for the project, so I just put them here. The sitemap turned out to be something like this. So my idea is to have a landing page where someone ends up when they receive a link to the platform, or they look for the platform on Google or something like this. They land on the page where it explains what this is about, why should you volunteer, some popular campaigns and some organizations, maybe biggest organizations, maybe, I don't know, most likes, I don't know, something like this. And if you get interested in any of these things, like it makes you sign up for an account if you don't have one, right? Either login or register is the main continuation from the homepage. And when you're on your homepage, you have like a social timeline, not a social timeline, but like the feed that social media have nowadays. This is what I imagine, at least, that you'll have a feed where, because you have friends who are doing activities, it will all be there on your timeline, feed, whatever it's called. You'll obviously have some way to search for a campaign or an organization that you're interested in. You can, now that you are registered / logged in, you can sign up for a campaign, or you can report a campaign, and you can review or comment on an organization profile or report that organization. Ideally, both of these reports should be because you've actively volunteered with them and not just like a random spammy report. Hopefully that could be possible, I don't know. But you also have on your profile friends, campaigns should be here on either on your profile or like a separate page, and then you can create a campaign yourself as a volunteer, or you can create an organization like in LinkedIn or on Facebook, when you can create a business account, is what I imagine. But this is not a business, the organizations are non-profit, right? So these two, this create organization leads you to your organization flow, where you have like an organization profile and the campaigns of this organization. And when you create a campaign, you go to your campaigns that you have created as a user, not the ones that you've volunteered with. I think this is mostly it. This was my idea for an MVP. The MVP would include to create a profile on the platform. Like, this is the goal of the landing page, is to make you create a profile, and then you should be able to choose a campaign to sign up for. You should choose an organization to volunteer with, or create your own campaign or create your own organization. What that looks like, I created low fidelity wireframes because it was required in the project description. What those low fidelity wireframes look like is just rectangles. Basically, I'm gonna be honest, they helped a lot because, as you probably know, the low fidelity wireframes are created so that you can sort of sketch out quickly the flow of the page, wherever you have like an image or a button or just text. It doesn't matter what the text will be, just how the page will flow, how the information will be laid out, what kind of sections will there be here. And so this is why these look so boring with just rectangles and circles and stuff like this. However, I needed to keep track of exactly what I want these sections to be, so I left sticky notes. And then to create the prototype, that was the final thing that I should test with my users. I needed to create a high fidelity wireframe so that they can actually see what they're looking at and what texts there are on the pages and whatnot. And so I created only the mobile flow. I didn't create the desktop because I just didn't have the time, and only mobile was enough for the course project. And so the landing page ended up being something like this. On the top I decided to go with a registration form right from the get-go, because I saw it on the Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. All of them have like a registration form. That's why you go to that page, sort of. So I decided, why not? Of course, you have a login option right there because of user experience. And so just a little bit about what this platform is about. What the platform is about is what kind of campaigns or how many campaigns were created, volunteers, why should you volunteer is I've planned it to be like a video that will be recorded, not by me obviously, but if it was a real company, it should be recorded, when you go to the campaigns that go through the platform. because it lets you connect with friends, so you should know that this is an option on the platform. And then the last two sections want you to look at current campaigns and organizations. And what these see all buttons do is send you to these search pages, search and filter, where you can either type a name or maybe type a keyword, or filter by location, category, size. Who's it appropriate for? Like teenagers, maybe is it appropriate for people with disabilities? And then the results would look, the same, just these cards. When you click on the card, you go to the campaign page, which would have a description of the campaign, maybe some reviews, or this is an organization, sorry. What are organizations good for? Like, what do they do? Why are they here on the platform? Other organizations. And then, because you're not logged in yet or registered or anything, if you click on the volunteer with this organization, it would directly send you to the create an account page, where you would enter username, email, password, and it will have some questions or sort of things so that it can recommend you some campaigns immediately after you register. This was at least the idea here. And yeah, these pages look sort of the same after you've registered or logged in, so it's not really that different. It's mostly like the menu on the top is different. Like, it has a burger menu now, where you can open like my profile, campaigns, create organizations or campaigns, stuff like this, or log out, obviously. And this would be your feed once you register. Once you've registered, it would look like this. After you have been on the platform for a while, this is your home feed. It will look like this. You have some friends over here with comments. You can appreciate their comment or comment under their comment. And yeah, basically I took this from Facebook mostly. And this is after you've created an organization, you'll be able to see reviews for your organization and reply to comments. And I think this is mostly it over here. You can create a campaign, create an organization, and this is your profile page with your status, comments, whatever, posts, and a tab for your campaigns, created, completed, and your connections, friends or organizations, and stuff like this. All of these screens were created, were made into a prototype that we can see now. So if you're wondering why I had added this, it's because I wanted to make it look like it's in a browser on an iPhone, or I think this is an iPhone. And so you can input your username here with password, the most secret of passwords. You can register. It asks you questions, and then it welcomes you to your profile. This is a small carousel here. You open this campaign. There will be images here from the campaign probably, or something. You want to sign up for this campaign, success. Your profile will be like this. Oops, okay, there's a little bit of a whoopsie here. But yeah, I imagine it's sort of like Facebook for volunteering. I don't know if it gets this idea across, but I think this was the main point of it. But it's also, I wanted it to be easy to use as well, right? People know how to use Facebook, so it's sort of the same, but also you have friends who recommend you maybe some campaigns, or you can go together, sign up together and stuff like this. After this prototype was done, why is this here? After this prototype was done, I had to test it with users. And there was, we used this platform called Maze, and we create a maze that people should go through. And it was very interesting to see the results from these tests. People said that it's easy to use. Was it easy to navigate the prototype? And most of the people said that it was easy to navigate. There were several paths that the testee can take to register and to sign up for a campaign, to like create an organization or to create a campaign, I think, something like this. There was a lot of clicking around. I suppose people were interested in like looking around. So I have a bit of a low score on the usability test. I mean, I think it's only tested with 10 people. So I don't know how much I should take this to heart. And some things to consider in the future. There were these misclicks on these icons here. They were meant to only be icons, like only informational. They weren't meant to be buttons. But apparently people thought they were buttons, so I just need to make them look differently, or to look more like icons than buttons. And some people gave me feedback on what to make clearer and what to add, like what features to add, which is also helpful. So thank you very much to all who did this test, if you're watching. The next thing I want to create is the case study for this project, but it will probably not be now. I will post it on Behance. If you follow me, please go there and check it out. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope it was interesting, and if you have any questions, please post down below in the comments. I'm going to try to answer as much as possible and extensively as possible. So yeah, thanks so much, guys. Bye.